Hello, this is Kaushik. I'm currently pursuing my third year BE Mechanical Engineering from Coimbatore Institute of Technology. Now I'm going to present on the topic of broaching machine, the principle of working, parts, tools, and its application. Broaching. Broaching is performed using a multi-teeth cutting tool by moving the tool linearly relative to the workpiece in the direction of the tool axis. So let me take the pointer. Yeah. Let me change its color for better viewing. Go with green. Yeah, this looks better. Here, the tool is said to be colored in gray and the workpiece is said to be colored in blue. And this tool is said to have a number of tooth on it. Each tooth is said to remove a particular amount of a particular depth of material from the surface of the workpiece. So this thickness of the cut is said to be the cut per tooth, and this is said to vary according to the type of tooth we are considering because the broach tool is said to have three different sets of cutting tooth, and the depth per cut is said to differ accordingly based on the different type of tooth we are considering. This tool is said to be the broach, and the machine tool is said to be called the broaching machine. This process is said to be one of the very productive ways of machining process. Some of the advantages include good surface finish, close tolerances, and a variety of work shapes can be machined using this broaching technique. Owing to the complicated shape and often this broaching technique is being used with a custom shaped geometries of the broach. The tool is said to be very expensive. That is one of the disadvantages or limitations in this broaching technique. Let me talk in detail about the broach construction. Over here in the figure 2, you can see the image of a broach. So here you could see that the broach is said to have a series of teeth on its surface. Here to start with, it has roughening teeth, semi-finishing teeth, and the finishing teeth in order. Uh, One main restriction which we have with this broach is said to be that the workpiece must contain a hole in it. A prior, you must machine a hole before using a broach tool. Once the hole is been machined out, this broach tool is being used to cut the broad shape of the desired structure. To start with, the roughening teeth. The roughening teeth said to remove the maximum of the material during the broaching process. The cut per tooth is said to be highest for this roughening teeth. The cut per tooth is said to be clearly depicted in picture 3. In figure 3, you could see here the A1 is said to be the depth of cut per tooth. It is said to vary, as I priorly said, based on the roughening teeth, semi-finishing and finishing teeth. Second is said to be the semi-finishing teeth. This is said to remove the material a slightly lesser than that of the roughening teeth. Majorly, the roughening teeth does the removal part. And then we have at last the finishing teeth, which is said to remove a very meager amount of material during the removal process. The diameter of this finishing teeth is somewhat closer to that of the final desired shape. And all these teeth at the last would have the same diameters. Basically, when we consider the amount of material being removed, the roughening teeth can remove to the range of 0.25 mm when from that end to the finishing teeth can remove to the end value of 0.015 mm. Now we will see about how the broach is being pulled, and in that pulling, the pull end is being used, where a pulling mechanism is said to be involved in moving this broach tool across a hole so that the desired shape of this broach tool is being cut out in the workpiece. During the pulling mechanism, the front pilot has a main role as the broach is being pulled through a hole in the workpiece. This makes the broach to align itself properly. And then to the right end, we have the rear pilot, which actually sets the broach in a squared position when the broach is being removed from the workpiece after its machining process. Now let me discuss about various materials of the broaches being used. Some of the properties very essential for that of the broaching tool are said to be its strength, its hardness. The toughness should be very high because these broaching tools are said to be involved very high resistance from this workpiece. If the workpiece is said to have a very high toughness, the broach tool has to have the toughness greater than that of the workpiece. And also these broaching tools have to be chemically stable, and these have to be heat and wear resistance. The broach tool must also be economical and easily available. Some of the broach materials which are widely used in industries are said to be high-speed steel. The high-speed steel has said to have a very high impact strength. That is one reason because of the high usage of high-speed steels. To improve the life of the high-speed steels, generally they use titanium nitride coated high-speed steel because of the to increase the tool life and reducing the wearing of the tool. We also have cemented carbides as the broaching material, where in the form of blades or in the form of inserts, these can be used out. When you consider the blades, these can be braced to the main tool, and inserts can be clamped mechanically. When we use the cemented carbides, the main workpiece material would be of cast iron. Cast iron is said to be a bit difficult to machine out, where the tool material are said to be under a very high wearing out. To avoid that wearing and frequently, then we need to resharpen it. The resharpening is said to be one of the very difficult processes of broaching machine, broaching process. To avoid that, the cemented carbide tools are said to be used out. Once these cemented carbides are worn out, we could easily change the carbide inserts. Now let me discuss about various advantages of using the broaching process. One thing to note that this is said the entire process is said to completed in a single stroke. That is one of the main advantages of using this broaching mechanism. And here, all the machining operations are said to be very simple. So the operator who is handling the machine is said to have a very little skill involved from him, from his side. The broaching machine is simple, since only a single reciprocation motion is required for the cutting operation. The final cost of machining operation is one of the lowest. Was said to be one of the lowest for the mass production techniques. Any type of surface, whether it is internal or external, can be machined out in this broaching technique. Many surfaces which are very difficult to be machined or impossible using the conventional ways can be broached. For example, making a square hole or internal splines are very difficult to be machined using the conventional ways. Another advantage to see that is the surfaces machined out have a very good finish, and the dimensional accuracy is said to be very good. So they have a very close tolerances to the desired shape. And these surfaces are said to be better than those of the products formed from the boring and reaming operations. There are still a few limitations of this broaching technique. One thing is that the broach tool is said to be very expensive in its due to its structure, where a very high number of tooth are said to be involved in cutting process, and it is very difficult to machine those broad stool. So the very high expensive broad stool is said to be justified only when the production volume is very high, so that the cost of tooling is said to be compensated. A broach has to be designed for a specific application and can also be used for that particular application only. If you want to change the shape, then the complete broach tool has to be redesigned for the desired shape. So the lead time involved with the manufacturer is more for this custom designed broaches. The broaching is said to be being a very heavy metal removal operation. It requires the workpiece to be held very firmly and rigidly. Um, and also, the workpiece must be able to withstand the very large forces involved during the cutting operation. The broaching can only be carried out on a workpiece whose geometry is such that there is no interference for the broach movement during the cutting operation. Now, let me discuss about the principal applications of principal classification of this broaching. So you could see that external and internal are the general classification. In the external process, these are also called as a surface broaching technique. This has been performed on the outer surface of the workpiece to create a certain cross-sectional area. In figure 5, you could see various workpieces whose outer surfaces are being machined out. So in the first figure, the top and bottom surfaces are being broached. This hatching, the hatch shows the machined or broached surface. And in here, the third figure, whole outer periphery is being machined. In the fourth figure, only the top portion is said to be broached. In the fifth figure, the curved surface of top is said to be broached. Now we have the internal broaching process. So internal broaching is said to be involved where internal shapes of different structures of a desired geometry can be machined out using this technique. In the first figure, the circular form is being cut out with the two keyways, and here in the second figure similar to that, and third one we could also have in the form of a triangular or in the form of a square shaped brushing, and also we can have this form of keyway sort of thing formed at the end. But one thing to note in the internal broaching is that to start with internal broaching we must have a hole which is being machined prior to the usage of the broaching process. Without a hole, the broaching technique cannot be functioned out. That is the one thing we need to note down. And now let me discuss on different types of broaching machines. First is the push broaching machine, then we have pull broaching machine, then we have a surface broaching, and finally we have a continuous surface broaching machine. The first one is in the figure 7, we have the surface, we have the vertical push broaching machine. These are push broaching machines are generally used for internal surfaces where the broach movement is guided by a ram. From the top, it will be guided so that this is being moved down, pushed down, so that this broad tool is being pushed down, and as it moves down, the surface of the workpiece over here is said to be machined and gets the shape as of as the shape of this broad tool. During this process, the necessary thing to note is that this workpiece has to be held firmly. So this hatched portion is said to be the workpiece, and this has to be held very firmly because of the very high uh, forces being involved during the cutting operation. Next, we have the full broaching machine. Here we in the image 8 you could see the horizontal pull broaching mechanism where The tool is being moved from right to left. As it moves, the surface of the workpiece is said to be machined out. The workpiece is said to be initially fixed, and then the broad stool is being moved. Once the machining process is ended, the workpiece is said to be removed from its position, and then the broad moves back to its initial position. And then the workpiece will be fitted onto this fixtures over here, and then again the process on the cycle is said to continue. Next, we will look into the surface broaching machine. In the figure 9 over here, you could see that the broach is said to be over here attached to a sliding member of the vertical column. And one thing to note is that the workpiece has to be held firmly even here too, using the clamping and the proper fixtures. And as the broad stool is said to be moved vertically downward, the surface, this portion of the workpiece surface is said to be broached. Using this operation, we could find that only in the downward stroke the material is being removed out. During its return stroke, that is said to be an unproductive stroke where no material removal is said to be happening. And in a mass production, the time involved is said to be here wasted. So to avoid them, we have another method called the continuous surface broaching machines, where the broach tool is being held stationarily, and the workpieces are said to be mounted on the work conveyor, where we use proper fixtures and holding it firmly. And these workpieces are said to be moved along the conveyor from left to right, and these top surfaces of these workpieces are said to be broached out. Once the broaching is finished, these have been let out, and the new workpieces are said to be loaded onto this conveyor, and it is said to move from right to left. Now let me show a small video to explain about the broaching process. In this video, you could see that a vertical push broaching machine is said to be used in creating internal splines. Here you could see the workpiece is being held firmly using the fixtures over here. And this is the broach tool, and the length of this broach tool is very high because the complete machining process is said to be completed at a single stroke. So the tool is said to be so tall. Here, the cutting fluids are being used to reduce the friction involved in the machining process, and also the temperature of the temperature rise in the broaching process is said to be under control. So you got an idea of how tall this broach was. Once the complete tool is said to be for completing each and every teeth of this brushing tool are said to have machined the workpiece. This is allowed to go down. Once it moves down, the workpiece would be removed off. So you could see the internal splines over here. The total operation of this broaching is said to be mechanized over here. The complete process is said to be autonomous. Once this machined part is said to be moved out, The broch is said to retract to its initial position. After the broch retracts to its initial position, the new workpiece is said to be inserted to the fixture and held firmly. And using this push broaching, again the process continues. So I hope you got a very good idea about this broaching technique. Finally, I would like to tell what were the references I used in making this video. Firstly, I used NPTEL video on manufacturing process 2 by Professor A.B. Chattopadhyay from IIT Kharagpur. And also I used two reference books, namely Manufacturing Technology Volume 2 of P.N. Rao. And also I used Fundamental of Modern Manufacturing by Michael P. Grover. I hope you got a very good idea on the brushing technique. Thank you.